Okay, so have you ever imagined like digging for something normal? I don't know, maybe coal, and then bam, you find something totally out there.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, like what if you found a bell or something?
Wow.
That's kind of what we're looking at today in this deep
That
dive.
sounds fun.
All the weirdest, most unexpected stuff people have dug up in mines.
Okay.
We're talking about old objects,
Hmm.
mysterious metals, even
Wow.
like life forms that shouldn't exist.
It is kind of wild what gets preserved over time, isn't it?
It is.
Mines are they're like time capsules,
Yeah.
showing us glimpses of the past
Totally. Like the past or maybe
and with the future.
the future.
Speaking of treasures from the past,
Okay.
have you heard of the Klerksdorp spheres?
I have, yeah.
So picture this. Perfectly round rocks.
Round rocks.
Yeah, with grooves carved into them. And get this.
What?
They're like 3 billion years old.
3 billion.
I know. Some people think they're like alien artifacts.
Oh, wow.
Do you think that's possible? 3 billion years. That's so long ago.
Okay.
The Earth was totally different back then.
Right.
So, I mean, I can see why some folks jump to aliens, but,
Yeah.
nature's got its own ways of making crazy shapes.
Mm.
Like snowflakes.
Oh, yeah.
Super intricate.
Right.
All those patterns forming on their own.
Yeah, that's true.
So maybe these spheres formed in a similar way.
Hmm.
Minerals, building up over time.
Okay. Yeah, nature can be pretty amazing.
It is.
But what about those grooves, though?
The grooves, yeah.
Those seem kind of deliberate, don't they?
They do look kind of, intentional.
Like someone made them.
Right.
Oh.
Well, it could be erosion, maybe. Or like the minerals forming around something softer that,
Yeah.
disappeared later.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
So, okay, maybe not aliens, but still. Definitely reminds us how much we don't know about Earth's history.
Yeah.
Speaking of mysteries from way back when,
Okay.
ever heard of the aluminum machine?
I have heard of that.
This one will make you think.
It really does. A machine.
Machine found in coal.
In coal, that's right.
Supposedly 300 million years old.
Before the dinosaurs.
I know, right? How's that even possible?
It's really bizarre.
And get this, it's not just any metal.
Right.
It's like a specific alloy. 98% aluminum
Mm.
and 2% magnesium.
That sounds,
That sounds modern, right?
yeah, it does.
Like way too modern for 300 million years ago.
Right, exactly. Because based on what we know about, like, metallurgy,
Yeah.
that kind of alloy shouldn't have been possible back then.
So what do you think is the most likely explanation?
Oh, that's a tough one.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, we're always learning new things about history, right?
No.
So we can't completely rule out the possibility that, like, ancient civilizations,
Yeah.
new stuff we haven't rediscovered yet.
Lost tech.
Yet lost tech.
Okay, so we're keeping an open mind,
We're keeping an open mind.
but, staying grounded in what we do know. I like that.
Yeah.
And that leads us to two more finds that are just, like,
Ooh.
head scratchers.
Okay.
The Wolf's Egg Iron
Yeah.
and the Bell and Coal discovery.
I've heard of those, yeah.
Both of them, they look man-made,
They really do.
but they were found in rock formations that are millions of years old.
Oh, wow.
Millions. The Wolf's Egg Iron looks like a chunk of iron ore.
Okay.
But, like, it was shaped,
Shaped on purpose.
yeah, like someone worked it.
Hmm.
And the Bell and Coal find is literally, it's a bell
A bell.
found in a lump of coal
No way.
with a clapper and everything.
That's wild.
It's like, did someone take a time machine and, like, plant these things?
A time machine, huh? It's interesting, because both of these things were found in coal.
Coal.
And forming coal, that takes a long, long time.
Yeah.
Millions of years of plants and stuff building up, getting squished, heated up.
So you're saying these objects could have gotten mixed in with all that ancient plant matter.
Yeah, possibly millions of years ago.
But how does a bell or a piece of worked iron,
Hmm.
how do they even end up in that kind of environment?
Yeah, that's the big question, isn't it? Like,
Yeah.
maybe there was a civilization way before we think
Mhm.
that had the tech to make these things.
Oh, wow.
Or maybe it's just,
Yeah.
a coincidence.
Yeah.
Natural formations that just happen to look man-made. It's hard to say for sure.
It really is.
Yeah.
Okay, so we've gone from seemingly man-made objects
Right.
to, now get ready for this,
Oh, okay.
live toads
Toads.
found deep inside solid rock.
What?
No way in, no way out.
Ow.
It's called the toad in the hole phenomenon.
The toad in the hole.
Yeah, it's seriously mind-boggling.
Yeah, this one has puzzled scientists forever. For centuries, there have been all these stories. Miners finding live toads sealed inside rocks.
Sealed up.
Yeah, sometimes meters underground.
Meters. But toads need air, right?
Right, they need air, water,
Food.
So it doesn't make sense, does it?
No.
How can they be alive in solid rock?
So how do they get there?
That's the mystery. There's no real answer.
What? Even scientists don't know.
Nope, some theories, but no consensus.
What are some of the theories?
Well, some say maybe there are, like, hidden cavities in the rock
Okay.
that the toads can squeeze into.
Okay.
But that doesn't explain how they survive in there.
Yeah, for so long.
Yeah, with no food or anything.
But even the experts are stumped.
Seems like it.
The toad in the hole. Just one of those mysteries, I guess?
Yeah, it really makes you realize how much we don't know
Yeah.
about nature.
About nature.
Yeah.
So we've covered ancient spheres, mystery metals, and toads in rocks.
Toads in rocks.
And, believe it or not, it gets even weirder.
Weirder.
Next up, we're headed to the Mapong mine in South Africa.
The Mapong mine, okay.
Deepest gold mine in the world.
I've heard of it.
We're talking kilometers underground.
Oh, wow.
Ghost miners, unique bacteria, all surviving in some of the most extreme conditions on Earth.
That's intense.
Oh, it is. Stick around for that.
I will.
Coming up after the break. All right, so we're back, and we're still underground,
Still underground.
exploring all the weird stuff found in mines.
Yeah.
And things are about to get even weirder.
Ooh.
We're heading to the Mapong mine.
Mapong mine.
Yeah, in South Africa,
Hey.
deepest gold mine in the world.
Deepest in the world.
Goes down kilometers.
I know. Crazy.
That's insane.
Imagine the pressure down there.
Oh, I can't even imagine.
Darkness.
Yeah.
The heat.
It must be like another planet down there.
It's got to be brutal.
Totally different environment.
But get this.
Right.
There are people who not only work in this mine,
Yeah.
but live there.
Live there.
Illegally.
Seriously.
Yeah, they're called ghost miners.
Ghost miners. Wow, that's kind of creepy,
It is a bit creepy.
but also kind of
I
fascinating.
totally... Like, what drives people to that?
Right. It's going to be tough.
Yeah.
I mean, imagine the conditions.
Yeah, we're talking extreme heat, humidity,
Yeah.
risk of cave-ins.
Constantly.
It's a hard life.
Yeah, it makes you think about, like, the lengths people will go to
To
to survive. Yeah.
to make a living.
It's both kind of inspiring and sad at the same time.
Yeah, it's a mix of things, isn't it?
It is. But the Mapong mine isn't just about, like, human resilience, It's also home to some seriously wild microbes.
Microbes in the mine.
Yeah, like bacteria that actually thrive in these crazy conditions.
Okay, that's not surprising, I guess.
Yeah, but get this.
What?
They live off of nuclear waste.
No way! Seriously?
Seriously. They're called bold traveler bacteria.
Bold traveler.
Yeah, and they get their energy from, like, the radioactive decay of uranium in the rocks.
Uranium. Wow, that's a pretty hardcore energy source.
It is.
So they don't need sunlight.
Oh.
Don't need oxygen.
Nope, they're like the ultimate survivors.
Makes you wonder what else could be out there.
It does.
Mm.
Like, if life can exist in a place like
Right.
that, what about other planets?
Yeah, other planets or moons.
Maybe even places we haven't even thought of yet.
Exactly. It really opens up the possibilities
It
of what life could look like.
it really changes how we think about habitability.
Yeah, totally.
Okay, so we've got humans and bacteria surviving in the Maples mine.
Two very different life forms.
Yeah, two very different, but both adapted to the extreme.
Adaptation, that's the key.
It is. Speaking of adaptation,
Mm.
remember those giant prehistoric insects we talked about?
Oh, yeah, the giant insects.
The giant cockroach fossil found in that Ohio mine.
Right.
It's kind of hard to wrap your head around, isn't it?
It is giant cockroaches running around.
Millions of years ago.
Millions of years ago.
That's wild.
What's amazing is how well preserved that fossil is.
Yeah, it's in really good shape.
For an insect fossil, that's rare. Yeah, usually they're much more fragmented.
So what makes this one so special?
Well, the conditions in that mine must have been just right for fossilization.
Okay.
Not only was this cockroach huge,
Yeah, like how big was it again?
well, the fossil itself is about 9 centimeters long.
9 centimeters.
But based on that, scientists estimate the living cockroach was probably around 10 centimeters.
Wow, 10 centimeters. That's like bigger than my hand.
It's a big bug.
It's a big bug.
And the detail is incredible. You can see the veins in its wings.
No way.
Yeah, it's like a snapshot of this ancient creature frozen in time.
That's amazing.
And it wasn't just the cockroach. They found other amazing insect fossils in that mine, too.
Oh, yeah. What else did they find?
Well, there were ancient arachnids.
Spiders.
Yeah, like spiders and scorpions.
Cool.
And even a massive centipede.
A centipede. How big are we talking?
This one was over 5 feet long.
5 feet. That's like a small car.
I know, right? It's mind-blowing to think about these creatures just like crawling around.
Millions of years ago.
Exactly. It really paints a picture of what that ancient ecosystem must have been like.
It's like a lost world.
Yeah, a lost world brought back to life through these fossils.
Speaking of lost worlds, what about the Carboniferous forest discovery?
Oh, that one's incredible.
An entire fossilized forest, right?
That's, yeah.
Found in the ceiling of a coal mine.
Crazy, right?
It's like stepping back in time 300 million years.
It really is.
The detail in those fossilized plants, it's amazing.
Oh, yeah. You can see the leaves, the branches, even the flowers.
Like they were just like frozen in place.
Yeah, perfectly preserved.
And it all connects back to what you were saying about coal formation.
Right.
This whole forest eventually became the coal we mine today.
That's right. It's a powerful illustration of how, how the remains of ancient life can be transformed over millions of years.
It's kind of poetic when you think about it.
It is, in a way.
Like this ancient forest giving rise to the energy we use today.
Yeah, it's all connected.
Everything is connected.
Speaking of connections,
yeah.
Remember that tiny primate fossil found in a Thai coal mine?
Oh, yeah. The one they called the teacup primate.
Yeah, that one.
It's crazy to think that tiny creature is one of our distant ancestors.
I know, right? Millions of years ago.
Running around those ancient forests.
And here we are today talking about it.
It really puts things into perspective, doesn't it?
It does. It makes you think about the vastness of time.
And all the different forms of life that have existed on Earth.
From tiny primates to giant insects.
And everything in between.
Exactly.
It's pretty amazing.
It is.
Okay, so we've covered ancient forests.
Ancient forests.
Tiny primates.
Tiny primates.
But now things are about to get a little, darker.
Ooh.
Next up, we're talking about a discovery that reminds us that mines, even abandoned ones, can be dangerous places.
Okay.
The story of a dead body found in a ghost town, mine. Yeah, stay tuned for that. Welcome back to the show. So we have been talking about some seriously bizarre stuff found in mines, right?
You have.
Ancient forests, those tiny primates, insects that are like way too big.
The giant bugs.
Yeah. And even, remember those bacteria?
Oh, yeah.
The ones that live off of like nuclear waste?
Yeah, that was wild.
Fully wild. But now we're going to kind of shift gears a little.
Okay.
And talk about something that's, well, it's a bit of a reminder that mines, even the abandoned ones,
right,
can be pretty dangerous places.
Yeah, they can be.
It's easy to get caught up in all the, the mystery and excitement.
Exploration.
Yeah, the exploration of it all. But we got to remember...
the safety first.
Safety first. Exactly. So we're talking about the dead body found in the ghost town mine.
It's a sad story, really.
It is. And it really highlights the risks,
of exploring these places.
Yeah, even if they seem abandoned, like who knows what's lurking down there.
Exactly. You got to be prepared.
So proper equipment, obviously. Knowing the area, like having a map.
And never going alone?
Yeah, a buddy system is always a good idea.
Always.
Okay, well, let's end on a lighter note.
Okay, sounds good.
We've covered a lot of ground today. Some strange stuff, some mysterious stuff.
It's been a wild ride.
It has.
Yeah.
But one discovery that just, like, blows me away every time I think about it.
Which one's that?
The Carboniferous forest.
Ah, yes, the fossilized forest.
Whole forest preserved in the ceiling of a coal mine.
It's pretty incredible.
It is. It's like, a window into a world that existed.
Millions of years ago.
Millions of years before us.
Yeah, it really puts things into perspective, doesn't it?
It does. And the level of detail in those fossilized plants.
It's amazing.
Like they were just frozen in time.
The leaves, the branches, even the flowers.
Yeah, and it all goes back to that whole coal formation process we were talking about earlier.
Right. This entire forest eventually became the coal we mine today.
It's a crazy thought, right?
It is. It makes you wonder, like, what will future civilizations find when they dig up our remains?
Oh, wow.
Will they find our cities, our forests?
What stories will they tell about us?
It's fascinating to think about.
It is. Well, folks, that's it for our deep dive into the weird and wonderful world of mine discovery.
We've covered a lot of ground today.
We have ancient spheres, mysterious metals, those toads trapped in rock.
Those were a head-scratcher.
Oh, definitely. And even a ghost town tragedy.
It's been quite the journey.
It has, but I think what these discoveries really show us is that
What's that?
there's still so much out there that we don't know.
Yeah, we've only scratched the surface.
Exactly. So many mysteries waiting to be uncovered.
Who knows what else is hidden down there?
And that's what makes it all so exciting.
Absolutely.
So keep exploring, keep asking questions, keep digging deeper.
You never know what you might find.
And on that note, we'll leave you to ponder all the mysteries we've talked about today.
Thanks for joining us.
Thanks for listening, everyone. And until next time, keep exploring the world around you.